welcome to If These Walls Could Talk. I'm Wendy Stuart.
And I am Tym Moss, and it is summertime here in New York City.
It's summer because, right, we're sure you were wondering why we have these glasses on. Because we're all about the summer, aren't we, Tym?
Absolutely. And where did we get our sunglasses?
Nick Lyon.
Yes.
Thank you, Nick Lyon, for the sunglasses. I'm so excited today, besides this amazing guest, to be here next to Tym.
I know.
Oh my God, I've been by my lonesome for, it feels like an eternity.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, actually.
Yeah, it has been a couple of weeks. Now, you were off visiting family.
Yeah, I was in Indiana. I was visiting family and got to see a lot of friends. And I hadn't seen my family for almost 2 years. So it was really nice. It was really, it did good for the heart. It was good for the heart and the soul.
Of course. And you come back from something like that all refreshed.
Yeah,
right?
Refreshed, balanced, and all of that.
And
ready to jump back into a crazy schedule.
Crazy schedules. Because now, as I was explaining to Tym, the thing I am really struggling with is doing both live shows now and virtual, and auditions that are live and virtual. And I feel like I'm running back and forth to my apartment. Yeah. And now, I spend my weekends in Pennsylvania. I'm producing a couple of shows out there. And once again, we're live. So I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Right. And this is what
I know what you mean.
It's all screwed up in my head. I can't remember whether I met people virtually or live.
Right. Or in person. Yeah, like this weekend, I've got Saturday, I'm hosting Bronx Pride in the Bronx live. That's actually one of the few full festivals, or the only full Pride festival that occurs, because it's in July and they got all the permits and stuff. And then I have to go down to Playhouse 90
for 5,000 Thoughts.
Yes, for night of 5,000 Thoughts. I'm going to be performing at that for Jim Silvestri's, which we love. Jim Silvestri.
We love Jim Silvestri. He puts together the entire schedule for every gay show and event, and this is what's so weird. Everything, like, he had so many shows, like in the last 16 months. Everything was live stream. Now, like the live stream, did you notice it's like this big?
Yeah, right.
It's like 5 live stream, and
everything is back at this club and that club and this one,
and has exploded everywhere.
Speaking of people coming back,
well, I want to tell everybody this Sunday, the Imperial Court is celebrating a live event at Industry, and it's called, I almost said 50 Shades of Gay. It's called Christmas in July, which is really, really cool. And I will be one of the performers, as well as we have a bunch of other really incredible people. Plus, Tym Moss and Jed Ryan are doing a cameo. And it's a surprise, and it's going to be really super fun. So, oh my God, it's like it's all good, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my God,
we're back.
Good. All right, we're back, and you're here with us. And oh my God, our guest today, who is here with us. I mean,
this guy, I swear to God, he's like my brother.
He is.
Or bitchy sister, one of the two. We have so much fun together. This is the first guest, I think, where neither one of us have had any notes whatsoever.
Have no notes.
Because we don't need them.
No, because we love him. He is authentic. He is hilarious. He's got one of the biggest hearts of anyone I ever met. I love this guy to death. Let's give it up for Ike Avelli.
I'm going to cry.
I know, me too. I'm so happy to have you here.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And look, Triversity.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Triversity is our LGBTQ organization that services the tri-state area, and we are located in Pennsylvania, but we actually do New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. That's where the Triversity. And Ike, thank you for modeling. That came from we raised money. One of the things we did was online. Well, we always used to do our talent show live. This year again, we were talking about virtual. Everything had to go online. Ike Avelli was in our talent show, and we have t-shirts. You can go to our website, triversitycenter.org, and order one of those gorgeous t-shirts. Ike, puff out your chest so everyone can see.
Ike, oh my God, you're modeling just like Wendy.
Oh, I love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Chelsea just put our Triversity banner up.
That's nice. Yes.
So I'm so not only excited to have you here, I I love anytime you're on one of the shows or even to see you. I love watching you and Tim on Loose Lips. Sometimes I find myself insipidly laughing for no reason. It's just, it is. It's just, it's like a big laugh track a lot of the time.
Yeah, and sometimes it's during one of the sob stories, which is really not good.
But you're tasteless and proud of it, right?
Squeaky.
Tasteless and proud of it. So I thought the timing for you to be on today is perfect because, and we'll be going over what you've got coming up, but I'm in particular am very excited to be seeing you August 7th at 50 Shades of Gay at the Triad. And what makes me so excited about that is you know what, Ike? I have never seen you live. Can you believe that?
Only dead.
Only dead. Ike Avelli's been dead every time I didn't want to say anything. No, but
I would love to hear what people have to say about me.
Yeah, it's going to be like so different. I've never seen you on a stage. I mean, how weird is this?
But I'm so excited that you're going to be there, Wendy. You have no idea.
Thank you. Yeah, and for anyone who's watching the Triad, August 7th, you can go to Ike Avelli's website, which we're going to be flashing on here, ikeavelli.net, and you can get tickets. But really exciting, we're giving away 2 free tickets today.
Isn't this great?
This is
this is the first time we're giving away this season on If These Walls Could Talk, 2 tickets to the show at 7 p.m. August 7th at the Triad.
We're live for because we all know Ike's giving it away for free for years. It's too good to pass that.
Shocker. It comes with a price.
Right. Doesn't everything?
Yes.
I want to ask you about like emotionally, all right? Because I'm going to get to the nitty gritty with you because we're friends. We could do this.
Yep.
How are you feeling about, you had to reproduce Ike Avelli on live streams. How do you feel this is live? Your show, your baby. You've been doing 50 Shades of Gay for how long?
6 years this year.
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden they shut everything down. You were forced to put everything online like the rest of us, and you did a great job of it. What are you feeling emotionally about doing this show?
Overwhelmed with emotions because we all know it was challenging last year to do something via Zoom or StreamYard, but StreamYard does seem much more reliable than Zoom ever was. There were some challenges, but I will tell you, it was, for me anyway, it was a little depressing doing the Zoom things because you're not getting that reaction. You don't know if people are laughing at your jokes. And as a comedian, you have to mute the audience because you have people washing dishes, putting stuff in their stove, cooking, eating, on the phone, and I'm like, it's depressing because you're used to a live audience. You're hearing the reaction, but when they're muted, is my joke landing? Is it not? Are people not interested in what I have to say? It really could melt with your psyche a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What were you saying? I wasn't paying attention.
Isn't that just like you to drift off like that? I think you really brought up something for all of us not having that. Everyone it's great that we can do shows like this, and when people can't be here, we can bring them on live stream. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, I want a warm body next to me. I'd like one here, one here. Yes. I love having human beings around me, and in particular, that's really challenging because without the feedback, you don't know. You're not getting the same thing.
Well, of course, live is great, but during the pandemic, I'm telling you, Ike is one of the people that Ike and Evan Lawrence, who's watching,
Evan
had stepped up to the plate and had done live shows
Evan did
on Zoom,
so many.
And brought in performers and build up audiences, and it was so great. I was so proud of you because you stepped up, and it was not easy. I know that wasn't easy to do it every week,
but both
you
of you
did it.
And so Tracey Dandridge as well with Freak Out. A shout out really to the unbelievable entertainers in our industry. You know what? I said it once, I'll say it again. It's like the arts is definitely where We broadcast from PANGEA. They have kept everything going throughout the pandemic. We all, big pat on the back for all of us, because here we are. We're all still standing, and now we're going to turn it out.
And you've both been there from day one with me, April, when I did the show every week, non-stop. You were there.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when you had, I'm sorry to bring this up, but it was really funny. The pornographic Zoom buggers. Howard Bloom, and I never met him, right? So we were the first two on that Zoom. Nobody had come on yet. And I didn't know him. It's a little awkward when you don't know somebody. Right. And I had heard like Howard Bloom is like so well known, and he's a writer and a scientist, and he's freaking brilliant. So, it's a little intimidating, and he pops up in his square. I'm in mine. And I'm like, oh, really nice to meet you. Ike's show is really funny. And the next thing I know, these two men without a stitch of clothing on and a voice in the background going, right? They're going at it with each other. And I saw Howard's face. I said, oh, this isn't the show. I think we're being Zoom bombed.
Because that's what first thing I'm thinking is, who could we get on with a Pulitzer Prize winner?
Yeah, right.
Pornographic people. Right? And that's the last time I've seen anything naked in front of my face, a year.
I know. And admit it, you liked it a little bit, didn't you, Ike?
Liked it. I was kicking everybody else out. I was
right. I can embrace the Zoom bomber.
So now,
totally.
Let's talk. Let's have everybody get to know Ike Avelli a little bit better. So you grew up in New Jersey with your mother and your sister, who is what, 3 years younger or 4 years younger?
My sister's 4 years younger. Same birth date.
Same birth date. Yeah, on the same birthday. Yeah. And your mother was a single parent raising the two of you.
Yeah, we did have a dad in the beginning, and then things kind of went south a little bit, and then she became the single mom taking care of both of us. Yeah.
And so because you have a very tight family unit, the three of you.
Yeah.
I never even met your mom and sister in person ever. I know.
Yeah, waiting to meet them. They're wonderful.
Yeah, they're wonderful, but that came through on all your shows, when they would comment or whatever. And being that we're talking about where you grew up and everything, how much of an influence did your mother have on you becoming a comedian?
My mother's mother was very funny. So was my mom. They were both very funny, but it was really me watching Carol Burnett that sparked and I used to make fun of when I was in school, I would kind of imitate the teachers a little bit, and the students would go crazy, right? Until the one was right behind me, and then of course my career ended, right? So, but like everything in life, it got put on the back burner until I was 43. But it was all female performers that really inspired me. Joan Rivers.
I know. Joan Rivers was a big influence.
Yeah, Joan, and even
female, what do you think you related? Do you think it's, so this is where I'm going with this. The mom and sister, right? You had such a strong relationship with them. I mean, they absolutely adore you. I would imagine it was always like that. Do you think that was the basis for the worship of female comedians?
I think just women in general, seeing what they can do, especially in the 60s and the 70s, a man walks out of your life. And it wasn't a time where a woman could go out and get a job instantly, even if she was smarter than the man. Right. She would have to really push to get that job. And I think with female comedians, I like the fact that even in the 70s, they pushed the envelope where men were talking about the same thing over and over again.
Right. Interesting.
Women were pushing the envelope. And I like that. And they were telling the truth. They were saying what we were thinking.
Yeah, and I mean like Phyllis Diller and Joan Rivers. But the reason that I think the reason that he was more attracted to the women is he's basically a chick with a dick. So.
You bet.
Well, I love when this is my personal thing, when gay men are just so they embrace females
Mhm.
because they're, you know, and I have to tell you, and I've been in the gay male scene for forever. There's an ilk of gay man that doesn't embrace women that way. I have a very hard time with it. It makes me like, it pisses me off, actually, you know.
Yeah.
I want to say, listen, we all came from a mother, okay?
Yeah,
Where
right.
did you come from, right? We all have mothers and sisters and stuff like that. I love that the female comedians influenced you to the way, to the degree. But I have a question. You just said, you know, a series of things. So you didn't become a comedian until you were 44. What the hell was going on prior to that? Because you are so funny.
Bad relationships. You know, the minute when I fall in love hard. So usually it gets put on the back burner. And then I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe when this relationship is over, like I'm thinking positive, right? And I'm like, well, maybe when it's over, I'll start it up again. Then another one comes along, and whatever it was in between, you know, you grow from it. And I think me starting at my age, I think it was better. I was more comfortable with myself. I was able to speak my mind and say the things without feeling like, am I going to offend anybody? Or I just feel more comfortable.
Really, what you're saying is you had to mature and grow into it. Now, both Tim and I have been performing and in the arts for forever. Actually, him as a kid, I didn't start till my 20s, but I'm thinking, was that like inside of you? Would you write jokes in your head? Would you keep a journal? Like, what was your process?
Did you always know inside that you were a comedian?
Yeah, I always that imitation thing. I loved imitating. The minute I think it was somebody, who was it? There was a performer that used to do all the impersonations. I forget who it was.
Was it male or female?
It was a female. Oh, Marilyn Michaels. Do you remember her?
Oh my God! Yeah, like face like rubber too.
Yes, right. Right, rubber, exactly. She was able to do them all.
Right.
Yep, and she was, and I used to watch her and think, oh my, and I tried that too. I would imitate things along the road, and then I incorporated when I first started performing, 2009. I was actually doing impersonations. I was doing Wendy Williams. I was doing Karen Walker from Will and Grace, but again, all females, which is insane. And then at one point, Tim and I got on stage, and I was doing Barbara Streisand.
Get out!
Yeah.
Tim, you're totally sick with a dick.
Yeah, right.
See, I'm learning things here today. I didn't know this. So yeah, most definitely. So I have never even seen you, believe it or not. You didn't do impersonations on any of our Zoom shows. I mean, you know, you put wigs on or what, but you didn't do hardcore impersonations. Right. I want to see that, Ike Avelli.
The only one I did was on Evan's show when I did Coco Peru. And I did the.
I remember you did. That was so. Oh my God, that was so funny with the red and everything.
That bothers me.
Yes,
I think even if Chauncey's listening, he even got a Panettone.
Right, we all got Panettones.
Got Panettone.
Honestly, I do. I think, you know, waiting or re-emerging at the time of your life that you did, you had accumulated a lot of life experience.
Right.
Which somebody in their 20s that's just starting out wouldn't have, you know?
Right. Yeah, and they probably wouldn't process it like we would, you know.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, that happened, and then, you know, today now we dive into it, we dissect it, and we let it all out on stage.
Yes.
You know? We don't care who we're involving.
Well, because what happens, so I don't know, all of a sudden I started doing everything on stage a few years ago. I'm even later than you, Ike, but it was all of a sudden, I didn't give a shit anymore.
Right.
I didn't. And people have been telling me forever, you're so funny, you do this, you do that. You know, all of my acting jobs were working with scripts that other people gave me that were awful. And I would have to, we've discussed this, or I'd be hired to try and I love this, make it funny.
Yes.
So I never thought about harnessing that on stage for emceeing or anything else like that. I remember I took a course in stand-up comedy. I want to say 25 years ago. It was called Steve Rosenfield's Comedy Experience. And everything was set up punchline. Now, I was already funny going in. I think of you, you're already funny. So are you. When people like us are in a class like that, it's completely stilting. So, you know, I told jokes like, oh, I went to school in upstate New York. Everybody was pre-law or pre-med. I was premenstrual. Nobody's nice. You see how you guys know me, though. It's stilted.
I love that.
But to get back to your point, you know, you're right. You all of a sudden at 44, you find your center. You don't care. The walls are down. But I want to hear where your very first performance was.
I was just going to ask you,
well, because you and I channel each other, and what you felt that night walking out on that stage.
That first time you went out and did comedy.
Oh, so not a stage then? Because my very first time where I got the balls to go up and do it was at a Christmas party I was throwing.
Oh, yes. 2009.
One of the drag queens wound up not showing up. Surprise. And or was late. Pick one of the two. So, I decided, oh my God, well, I got everybody here, which we had about 55, 60 people. And I said, well, let me just do some stand-up. And that's when I did my first Wendy Williams impersonation. I told some really seedy jokes. This is horrible. I actually had a picture of a bag of bones on the screen, and I said, this is what Sally Field would look like if she didn't take Boniva.
Oh! That is really, that's a low blow.
So, but it went over well. And but again, they were all friends. So, you know, friends, they're going to laugh, you know your friends.
Right.
So the next performance I did was at the Duplex, their open mic. And I think it was Poppy Kramer or Michael Brill. Michael Brill was actually hosting it. And you got to go out and you got to make an impression. So costume, I said, I'm going to do an open mic. It's for 5-10 minutes. God. Wear a costume, have somebody bring me out. Muscle men, and that's how I made my impression. Told my jokes, and I said, well, hopefully they'll remember this is how I came in.
Oh my God.
Wow. So that was the first
your
time.
Costumes.
Oh.
I cannot even begin. I can't even find words for your costumes.
They're so campy. They really are. They're not like, you know, Bob Mackie, but now I am having Sue's GX Designs. She's creating a few costumes. This
a little more Bob Mackie for you, huh?
Yeah. It's a little camp and a little Bob Mackie for sure. She's like my Bob Mackie right now. So for this show, August 7th, we have a few new costumes.
Oh, cool.
And I'm excited about that. And then a friend of mine just requested if I would write some lyrics to a Lady Gaga song. So I said, no, I'm extremely busy and I'm overwhelmed. He's like, well, it was a Lady Gaga song. I says, I'll do it for free and we'll give it to you by tonight.
He does not like Lady Gaga.
Oh, I didn't know. See, I'm learning something. I didn't know that.
Not like Lady Gaga.
You love Madonna, though. We all love Madonna.
I love Madonna.
We love
the
Madonna.
The original.
Why don't you like Lady Gaga?
I just think she's an opportunist. I don't know.
Wow.
I see a lot of her act in the beginning of her career was really recycled from other celebrities, not admitting it, which was horrific. I mean, if you go on any platform of Google, you'll see her doing something from Bette Midler in a wheelchair and then acting as though she did not know Bette Midler did it, but swore she was a big fan of Bette Midler. She came out in a costume on stage at one of the award shows, dressed in a man, like the beard, and it looked exactly like Annie Lennox did in 1983 when she came on stage, but forgot about that. It's a lot of stuff where I just feel like.
What about her voice? How does she sing?
Yeah,
tell us what you think of her singing.
Yeah,
I swear, it's one of the best voices ever. It's like Streisand.
Yeah, you really don't like her at all. Right?
Not a big fan.
At all. Right.
Not a big fan. But one of the songs I wrote, I won't give anything away because I'm still debating whether I'm going to do it. It might be a little too vulgar. But
oh my God, too vulgar for you.
Yeah, this one might be a little bit too
vulgar. I'm so disappointed. I was coming to the triad for vulgarity, and now
I think this one
Hear this one.
Is over the top. Instead of Rain on Me, I decided to call it Pee on Me.
Oh my.
So nothing brings me more joy. Nothing brings me more joy than singing a Lady Gaga song, singing those lyrics.
I think that would be very, very funny, Ike.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could see. That's very Ike. That's very Ike.
So Suze is throwing something together for that.
Oh my God, I can imagine. An umbrella? Nope, just kidding. Okay.
Well, just real quick,
Yeah,
we've got a few
load of people on here.
Comments here. Evan Lawrence, who I mentioned earlier, he's on.
Speaking of costumes, my God, did you see that beautiful crown with the silver?
Yes. Speaking of costumes, Evan Lawrence. Oh my God.
Yeah, my God.
Wow.
He does, his costumes are beautiful. He's a milliner. A milliner.
Yes.
Great pieces. I think there were 6 crowns now, or maybe 7 since I last counted.
Evan says, I missed about 7 minutes of your show, but I hear you said some great things about me. Love you all. Clover Welsh is on. She said, yay for Evan. Jezebel says, yay, watching on YouTube too. Love this trio.
We love you. Jezebel is an amazing performer. Also, love her.
Mike Gonzalez says, hello, Tim, Wendy, and Ike Avelli.
Hello.
Griffin Attil says, hey, love Wendy and Tim. Really like Ike. Enjoying of course, curious about the poster behind Ike. Yeah. Love you all. So tell us about the poster behind you.
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos.
Yeah, when it was on HBO, when it first came on, I think. We got the poster. We put it up. I love all the movie posters. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, Chauncey Dandridge, just like me, never got the Panettone. Promises of Panettone. 2 people that didn't get them. I bet there's more if we try and find them.
We're going to call Coco Peru.
And Michael Gonzalez says, taking an apple vodka shot now to get in the chat group. Woohoo!
Michael
Gonzalez is tuning in today because I told him there's the opportunity to win the 2 free tickets to the Triad. Michael is based in New York. You know, this will only work really if you're in New York.
And Michael Gonzalez also said,
hi, Michael.
He said, oh my God, Dolores Delago would jump back in the ocean.
Yeah. Yes.
Funny, Michael Gonzalez.
I love it. That's a Bette Midler. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
He would flap back right in.
Now, to give people an idea of your costumes, let's we have a little video, one of the promo videos for the Taj Mahal when we did Atlantic City. So let's why don't we take a quick look, and that'll give people an idea of some of your costumes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gentlemen, give a big gay Taj Mahal welcome to comedian Ike Avelli.
Yay!
My mom is so salacious.
How salacious is she?
I'm going to be screwed for this one. She makes Michelle Tucker's vagina look like a pinhole.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Jezebel.
You didn't think I would do this without you. I can't do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the bellboy.
Oh, it's playing in VR.
New York, New York. Come in the city, love the sea. To find king of the hill, top of the heat. Yeah, but my dad says I'm like a GPS, a human GPS, so I always find my way back. One time we went to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, and I turned around and it was open. And it took me a week and a half to get back.
Did they look for you?
No, it took me a week and a half, but I found my way home. They were surprised. They were so surprised they cried.
Yeah.
Fun.
Why can't I be straight? Oh yeah. Who the hell wants to be friends with Kim Davis?
Love it.
I'm so sorry, but I was getting a little emotional. My cousin who just passed away was in the front.
Oh, goodness.
man.
I didn't realize that.
It was it was.
Wow.
I can't believe it. I didn't even. That's talk about weird, right?
Yeah. But look what you got to. This is the thing about being an entertainer. Look what you got to give to your cousin, right?
Yeah.
And
All the joy and laughter and
which is great. All the really good stuff. I love that clip.
Yeah, but I know what you mean when you see something like that and it catches you off guard. You're just
It's just so funny that came up,
Yeah.
Right. And we just picked that clip at the last minute too.
Yeah.
Which, but maybe, I believe that when people pass on, right, they send us messages. I know they do.
Oh yeah.
So that was the message.
I think
it was almost like I can't even describe it. Yeah. It felt like important that was just on.
Which is great. May your cousin rest in peace. So that show was done at the Taj Mahal, which is wow. That's
in Atlantic City.
And you are like Atlantic City stardom, Ike Avelli. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that was pre-Trump, but this was
PT.
Then we did Bally's, which was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Bally's was great. I don't think Tim came to that one, right, Tim?
No, I had another gig and I couldn't do the Bally's. Yeah.
So, Mike, you do what I would call a real variety show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we started out talking about your first appearance at 44. How did this show come to fruition?
Oh, gosh. Well, I wanted to do a show for Pride in 2015. And in February, I saw the trailer for 50 Shades of Grey. And then I was like, 50 Shades of Gay, that's it. And
perfect.
It was the night before the Supreme Court, or the day before the show was going to come out. During Pride, the Supreme Court passed marriage equality. And the next day, the duplex was sold out. Sold out, a line out the door to come see the show. And for the rest is history. We've been performing every single year, literally to almost sold out houses.
Yeah, and I mean we've taken it out and kind of went around the eastern seaboard anyway. Yeah.
But you make it sound so simple. And the show that I just saw there, first of all, I'm shocked. I didn't know you were doing it for such a short amount of time. And so you make it sound easy, like an easy baked cake that you put in the oven, the kind of thing. How this show that I just saw the clip on here, it had lights and sketches and different performers. How do you pull it all together? Because you're doing it all, Ike.
Yeah, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, when you're entertaining that audience, it's the most incredible feeling, and you both know what it's like when you're on that stage compared to. And that's one of the questions I was going to ask you, Wendy. But to answer your question, putting it together, it's a process. Thank God this show already has its outline.
Its legs.
And filling it in with sometimes new sketches, old ones that people do like to see. And then filling it in with the performers. And Tim has been there since 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we already kind of know we're in sync. So we already know. And he'll call me up he can call me at like 1 or 2 in the morning and he's just like, oh my God, I got an idea. And I'm like, I'm in. I don't
I'm in,
care
yeah.
what it is. I'll do it.
And
I feel like the two of you have such a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
But also as a performer, my observation and working with Tim, I've already done a couple of things with him. You're just so easy. You tell you the premise and you just do what it is that you do. I noticed, like, even when we did the Zoom shows, you always had people on that were, they just could do their thing. Like we had Vicky Villainess or
Vicky has done a lot of our 50 Shades shows.
Oh
my God.
First of all, hilarious. And it's everything she did. She made a video for you for one of your shows that the Christmas one.
Yes.
I still think about it. It got in my head. But German, another one.
Lady German.
Jezebel, of course. So you have performers in your own right that you can throw out there and they can do it.
And you can rely on them.
You can rely on them.
Yes. And the beauty part is we all know them, which is so amazing to me, that we have this circle of friends and yet our paths just crossed over a year ago.
Yeah, right.
Oh, like,
you too.
I didn't even know. I didn't know Ike. You came. It all started with
your birthday party,
January 24th extravaganza event. How is it we didn't get you to perform that night? We did 2 shows. What happened with that?
I was supposed to do a number, but for some reason it wasn't working out with the sound guy or whoever's doing the.
Well, I wish you had seen me because
she would have made it happen.
Yeah, Richard Pryor Jr. was telling me the same thing, and he was there that night. I'm like, "Do you have a tape?" He said, "I didn't bring one with me." I said, I look at him. I go, "You can sing a cappella. I know you can sing a cappella." I'm like, "Can you go on after the next person?" I wish you had come to me that night because I just would have.
Yeah.
Right. Right. You would have tore it up because all of us have the ability to work organically.
Yeah. And it was such a wonderful place and a wonderful setting and people, and it was just good to be out anyway. And who knew what was going to happen?
Well, we didn't know. You know what? I knew. I can't tell you what I knew. I met him in November at the Junk premiere.
Yeah.
Nick Lyon, who I didn't really know, randomly called me up and said, "My friend is in a film. I want you to come with me. I follow you on Facebook. We talked about going out. Let's do this." And I didn't know him. And I said, okay. And then I came to your premiere of Junk. And that was in November. And then I was planning this big birthday extravaganza. And I didn't know Nick really at all. And he ended up jumping on board and the two of us worked like gangbusters.
It's
together.
meant to be.
But it was January 24th when I stood on that stage thanking everyone. This wave came over me that everything in my life was going to change and be different. And as a self-centered, selfish performer, I thought her big break was coming. I was going to be in LA with my sitcom. Little did we know, March 12th, they would shut New York down, and all of us would end up performing together anyway.
But it brought us together in a way.
How weird is that? When you
we all wound up. We had to connect at some point because we weren't going anywhere.
Right. Right. But meant to be, we were all put on the same wavelength. And there's, I know you embrace that kind of thinking about the spirituality and being on the same wavelength. None of it was planned. We were all put there. And now we're all here together. I tell people the pandemic for me was and is one of the most creative times in my life. And in terms of making incredible new friendships.
Yes.
In a time when we're supposed to be isolated. So
and how we learn to grasp the social media and the technology and things that we didn't even think of using. And now it's right at our hands. God forbid we want to do something, have an interview with somebody, do a podcast like this.
Right.
I mean,
it's just
you made it grow.
Right. It's just all right here. Oh, Cecily Williams is on. Wonderful singer. She's been in Evan Lawrence's shows and an amazing lady and also funny as hell. She's
so
fun.
And Evan Lawrence just said truth, Wendy.
Truth. Word, Evan Lawrence.
Yes.
So, you know what?
I just have a quick, well, I've got a bunch of Vicky Villainous stories or Ike Avelli stories, but just one real quick one was when we were in Providence and she was, and you came off stage and you told Vicky, or maybe I did, or I don't remember. One of us had told her, I said, there's this really older couple in the front row. They're very conservative. Maybe you shouldn't, you should steer clear of them. she comes out and does a Wendy Ho song.
Oh,
And see, I look out from behind stage, and she's got her crotch in the old man's face. She's like, and they were terrorized. They ended up leaving after her.
That was enough.
That was just that's Vicky. That's our Vicky.
Oh, totally.
At least made an impression.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what?
Oh,
She,
yeah.
She did.
She made an impression of her twat on his forehead.
He had Vicky written on it.
Right, a big V, like a Zorro, right?
A big V and an STD that went along with it, right?
Oh my God.
She'll kill me.
What an incredible story.
But she is, I have to tell you a funny thing real quick, because Tim, you'll remember this at the end of the Rochester shows, because we were doing 4 nights in a row. And at the end, when she was introducing me as the final person to come up, she would say faithfully every night, "Let's give it up for your host, who is 1 breath away from a heart attack."
So
we just have so much fun.
But that's what
so
makes
much fun.
That's what makes it just so incredible for your audience, because all of you are having so much fun. Now, speaking of fun, Ike, what are your hobbies? No, what I want to ask you, what is it like for Ike Avelli, a gay man now in his 50s and a comedian, and oh girl, it's no secret, you talk about it all the time. By the way, it's even in your book, which we're going to plug right now. Ike Avelli, A Year in the Life of Ike Avelli, and it ain't pretty. So
this book is hysterical,
right? And you can order this online.
Yes,
you can get it on Amazon. And there's a lot. What I love about Ike Avelli's book, there's a lot in there people will be able to relate to, which brings me to Ike Avelli and relationships. Like, what is it like for you? You know, the comedy thing can often be off-putting in a relationship.
Yeah.
So what's your experience?
Yeah, my experience right now is I've been through so many different relationships in the past. For me, comedy became my relationship. So it's kind of role reverse for me now. The relationships with men, they've been put on the back burner, and I put my comedy up front instead.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a full circle.
Right.
So if comedy is your relationship right now, is it hung?
Sure is.
Wait, what do we have? Is that Uberlube? And yeah, we can't, you know what? We cannot go on without mentioning Uberlube. Ike, take it away. Let's talk about Uberlube. Take it away.
Uberlube.com. Go visit their website, purchase their products. They're a premium lubricant. They
really are.
They're nightstand friendly, and salons use it in their establishments to finish hair. And Wendy,
to give it steam
continuously.
I do. That's
hair.
It's great, and we have a convenient travel size too. Don't forget to tell them,
because you can use it on your hair to get that man, and use it as a lube to keep him.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Genius. You're hired.
Yes.
Perfectly. You know, leave it to Tim to come up with that. But yeah, the relationship thing. I guess you know what, we're really exploring how you grew here today, because you started stand-up comedy in your 40s, then you evolved to, you know, producing, directing, starring in your show. Okay, relationships were a distraction, I can say that, prior to, because many of us, right, we put our heart often first and sacrificed everything else, and this amazing creative creature that was Ike Avelli was not getting out there. So you know what, the relationships had to come second.
Yeah, and totally put so well, especially with your heart part of it.
Right.
And for me, I just realized, and I think I said that too, like I had to grow before I felt I went on stage or did any kind of comedy. And I kind of did, because I knew at this point my happiness was the most important thing, because I could die tomorrow. And I could never say I tried it. I did it. I went on stage. I did what I wanted to do. And you know, nobody got in my way of it.
But one of the things Ike Avelli is known for are your fucking are your hysterical videos. Oh my God, your video parodies.
Oh,
like you had your sister and your mother pops in on some of them.
Don't even, Tim, because we're gonna do that at the show August 7th. Don't tell Wendy.
Yeah. No.
No. But I'm just saying, like even you had your sister in one.
Yes.
The Dynasty.
Yes.
That was so hysterical.
Yes,
God.
We're doing that. We're going to show that one, and we're also going to show a video sketch at the show August 7th that you and I did.
We've done so many, I don't even remember.
But this one is really amazing, and it's the one I'll just give everybody. It's from the Tracey Ullman show.
Oh, yes. Tracey Ullman.
That was one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, so we'll be showing that and video sketches. And the opening number, God willing, took a lot of planning. It was supposed to happen last year before the pandemic,
I love it. It's happening this year.
But it's happening this year, and I am so grateful that people are buying tickets. They're coming out, and I'm happy that Tim's going to be in the show. We have Jacqueline Dupree.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, so she's going to keep all the spirits alive.
She actually sings live.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
a great singer.
Right. Because most drag queens lip sync. And she belts.
Yeah, she's got a voice and a half. So fabulous.
So how can people get tickets to 50 Shades of Gay?
They can go to triadnyc.com. All the tickets are there. They just click on the link for August 7th at 7 p.m. They can purchase their tickets, and I hope we get to give some away.
Yes. Oh, we have to do the giveaway.
Yes. How do we do that?
Okay. So I called up Ike because Ike, I've never given it away before. I know you have.
So she had to tell you to get direction.
So how do you want to do this, Ike? Where the ball's in your court?
Well, firstly, let me just say, because I can't believe we're 45 minutes in and I haven't done this yet. You're watching If These Walls Could Talk with your hosts, Wendy Stuart and Tym Moss, here at PANGEA, and our amazing guest, my dear, dear, dear friend, Ike Avelli. Yay! And we're about to give away 2 tickets to his show, 50 Shades of Gay, with special guests Tym Moss and Jackie Dupree.
Right. And a plug I want to get in right now. PANGEA is rolling out shows here.
Yes,
okay. Tim got to do his show here, which was
which both of you were there.
Right. What a great night. But they do a jazz brunch here.
Yeah.
Sue Matsuki, who was on our show last week, she's got 3 different dates here, and she's also doing a jazz brunch.
Yep.
A few she's doing. I forgot her dates on her jazz brunches, but
second Sunday.
Yeah, something. But they have ongoing entertainment. The menu is fabulous. The ambiance here is everything. Which I had dinner here the other night, which I haven't done since it's more normal. I've been having it when it's abnormal.
And down below is a link to a GoFundMe, because they've been here for the arts and support the arts. We need to be during this time. We need to support them. So
absolutely. And they have a really mean ginger lime Ricky here. And a smoked the tequila. What is that smoky drink that they have here? It's like a tequila. I don't know why
but I remember it. Everybody loved it.
It's incredible. So you can come down here and have really great experience.
It was a great time that day. It was. We had a blast, and it was like our first show that we seen.
So and all of us together, it was just amazing. It was so glorious.
My credit card.
So Ike Avelli, how do people get tickets, and how can people win tickets?
Yeah, so the win ticket. Okay, so now we're going to do it.
So we already kind of gave this away in the beginning of the show, so we're going to make it a little easy. But I think the first person that chats who was the woman comic who inspired me to be a comedian, first person that puts the name in, they win 2 tickets to the show.
I don't remember.
Well, I remember what you said. There were a couple. So you have to go with your favorite one.
The first one.
Do you want to write it on a piece of paper so no one says we're cheaters?
Evan Lawrence says Marilyn Michaels. Clover says Carol Burnett. Did you hear? Or did you get that?
Hold on.
Clover said Carol Burnett, and then
Michael Gonzalez
said Carol Burnett, and then Evan Lawrence said Carol Burnett.
No.
Well, it wasn't. No, Carol
okay, y'all have to keep going. Well,
keep going to the first.
Paid attention.
What's that?
Don't tell.
Not Carol Burnett.
No, it's not. I know who it was. He said it at the top of the show. Keep going, you guys. Come on, you guys and girls who's ever watching. Keep going. Come up with another one. I remember.
A female comic that I first seen on TV. that inspired me to be the comic that I am today.
I remember him saying it, but I can't think who it is.
Clover just said Phyllis Diller.
Yeah, Phyllis Diller, but it wasn't Phyllis Diller.
No.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't Carol Burnett?
No.
Oh, we're all failing so bad.
I'll give another hint. I'll give another hint in a minute.
Okay.
Let's just see if
We're
somebody.
going to get a clue, everybody. Okay.
Stay tuned. We're going to get a clue.
Oh, this is I love doing it. I want to turn this every week now.
We'll give it another minute and just see.
I'm trying to think. Who was?
I got my hint. Should we? Want me to say it?
Marilyn Michaels. Evan Lawrence said, "Yeah, I remember all of these, but give us a hint. Just a hint.
Can we talk?
It was.
Can we talk?
Gee, Michael said Joan Rivers.
Yes.
Oh,
Yay!
okay.
Oh my God!
I thought it was Carol
I told
Burnett.
you. I whispered it. No, it was Joan Rivers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the first
Oh my God!
Michael
Michael
Gonzalez.
really wanted to win the tickets
Yay.
too. Oh my God, Michael, you can. Michael Gonzalez is our winner. Jezebel says, "Yay!"
Wait a second.
Yes.
Somebody else. Nobody else said Joan back here, right? Okay. Tracey Ullman. I love
That's
that.
not. And then he said, "That's nuts." Okay, Michael, I'm thrilled. This is so.
Yes.
Yes, this is so great.
There'll be 2 tickets at the door for Michael Gonzalez.
Okay,
That's
Michael,
right
you
up
can
here.
bring whoever you want. I don't know who you're going to bring. I would love if you brought Tina Benet. I haven't seen her in 2 years. Totally up to you. And there'll be 2 tickets at the door. And I put Michael Gonzalez in my area too. We all want to be like together.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
That was awesome.
Oh, let's give something else away.
Yeah, right.
Let's give her virginity. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
right.
Oh, wait. Well, we can't give her virginity.
So fun
Very
already.
good.
So Ike, I look at your amazing career. You've done so much in such a short amount of time.
Mhm.
We're hopefully getting back to normal. What's your plan going forward?
Well, right now I am working with Eileen Shapiro and Billy Hess.
Yeah.
Last year we had this crazy idea, but unfortunately, again, the pandemic kind of threw a wrench in the tire on that one. And I came up with this show called, Eileen and I had this title, Shut Up and Drive.
Mhm.
And we go around the city and we pick up celebrities on their way to gigs. It's not your normal celebrity interview. Some will be, but there's going to be some times where we're distracted, perhaps, while we're interviewing and listening. Like, for instance, when they get in the car, I say, well, isn't Billy Hess a great driver? 3 DUIs, and he hasn't had an accident yet.
We love Billy Hess, master photographer. Billy Hess.
So Billy Hess is the driver, and then you and Eileen Shapiro are in the back seat, and then passenger side is whoever you're picking up.
Yeah,
and Eileen and I have AD&D. Listen to me.
AD. I guess you really do have AD&D.
AD. ADD.
I know this totally proves it. We have it happening right now.
We're in the back and we'll just be listening to them talk. Again, it's like, it's like, I didn't have much money. I lived in my car. Oh, is that a bling shirt? Yeah. Is that Red Lobster? So yeah, that premieres this Friday at 3 p.m. on YouTube. And our first guest was Soho Johnny.
Oh, I love
Soho Johnny.
That's fun.
We had a ball. So if they want to subscribe, they go to YouTube or any of the social media. Shut Up and Drive the show.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Totally funny. Totally funny.
So now your book. Can we get a shot of your book? And where can people find your book?
Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you purchase books.
And just type in Ike Avelli.
Ike Avelli, yep. And that will be in there. And then they could also find, when you type in Ike Avelli on Amazon, they'll also find Loose Lips, our podcast.
Yeah, your podcast. That's absolutely.
That's the one that Ike and I do.
Yep,
right.
yep.
And Wendy Stuart was one of our guests.
I had a
weeks
really
ago.
big time. We had big cookies.
Yeah.
You know what I love about that podcast? That you take small businesses and promote them and sample. You had on our lovely friend Francis with the Shortbread Society cookies.
Yes.
Well, we had Jezebel and Shortbread. Yeah, I think Jezebel was Shortbread Society.
Right, and that's Francis's.
Francis Legs,
his wife Christine,
What a that shortbread.
It's killer. It's unbelievable.
And then now he has another one out. It's cinnamon. I forget what it was. It was cinnamon something. I just saw him post it. Oh my God!
And you could almost taste of it. So good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal what people have done. Like during the pandemic, you know, he knew shortbread, and he also has a background. As the chef, he was doing donuts for a really long time. He had been on one of the big cooking shows, and he won Master Chef. And I love how creative people take and we spin it because we got to spin it. So
So now let's talk dates. Firstly, you're watching If These Walls Could Talk with your hosts Wendy Stuart and Tym Moss, and our wonderful and fabulous guest, the one and only Ike Avelli.
Yes, and there is the book. We have the banner of the book.
Diversity.
So let's talk upcoming dates, not dates like dating someone, but like upcoming performance dates.
Yes.
Well, we start the mini tour off. We are going to be July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at a new venue in Providence, Rhode Island. It's called Farm Fresh.
Ooh,
yes.
I love this.
Yeah, I'm excited. Brand new venue.
That's the Fringe Festival in Providence, Rhode Island.
Providence Fringe Festival, correct. Yep. And then we have August 7th, which is a Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Triad Theater. August 28th, we're in Orlando, Florida at the Abbey Theater. And that will be with yourself, Tim, and Eleanor Diamond and Francisco.
Our friend Francisco. Francisco, love her.
Yep, and we're waiting on some other cities to get back to us. We're waiting on Chicago, Boise, and I believe there was another one on that list, but my website, ikeavelli.net, everything will be updated once we have information.
Fabulous.
Oh my God.
It sounds like a blast to me. I love you're going to Providence. You're going to see our incredible friend, Margot Channing, who is quite a performer in her own right. How wonderful, really.
Yes, I'm so excited. You're both going to be there August 7th. We're going to have a blast. And then also,
everyone we know.
Nick Lyon's birthday weekend. Hello.
It's Nick Lyon's birthday weekend. Yeah, I'm trying to plan another thing with him also for that weekend. So hold on.
Nick Lyon glasses.
Right.
Nick Lyon glasses.
Nick Lyon's birthday weekend coming up. It's gonna kill me for this. Okay.
Oh my God. I can talk. Well, we talk for hours.
You guys do.
Because we'll call each other. Like I will call him for one question. Like just say, okay, are you free? Let me call you. Yeah. Okay, Ike, what about this? And he'll say, oh, God. An hour and a half later, we're like,
what about this is a sketch? Guy walks into our
and it's an episode of Loose Lips.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And that's Loose Lips.
That's where we got the idea. He was like, we should record these phone calls. And that's how Loose Lips came about.
You had said that in December. You were like, why are we not recording this?
Love it.
Oh my God. Well, go to ikeavelli.net for all things Ike Avelli. And oh my God, I love you so
I love you both. And
Ike, you also have a YouTube channel. They can go look at your videos and see your live performances on YouTube as well.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And I love you both. Thank you for this. And congratulations to Michael Gonzalez. I can't wait to see you all. Thank you. And shout out to Chauncey, too. It's always great to see him.
And also, don't hang up. Don't leave after the show. We'll have you come back. Yeah.
Yes.
We forgot to tell you that before the broadcast. We were too busy chatting. Okay. Love you, honey.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.